Hi, what's up guys? It's Will here once again, and I'm just going to give another short breakdown on one of the fights we're going to have at UFC 249 someplace in the world next week, and it's in the heavyweight division. We've got Francis Ngannou against Jairzinho Rozenstruick in a heavyweight banger, which could go, I think, one of two ways. It's a fight that I've been thinking about all day while I've been at work. I thought I wanted to make a short video on it after I did the Gaethje Ferguson one yesterday. And it's a fight I am really interested in because I've not really been in the Jairzinho Rozenstruick kind of hype train like many others have. I've kind of picked against him a few times. I definitely picked against him against Overeem. I thought Overeem was just going to be too much over 5 rounds. And he kind of was for a majority of that fight, but ultimately the power is always there and he can knock you out at absolutely any time. Thought it was a really good decision, good stoppage by the referee there. But I was impressed with Jairzinho in that one, going from what he's facing in Albini and Crowder and Arlovski and jumping into someone like Overeem, who's definitely the next step up, and then coming through that fight there. Props to the guy. Now he's got another jump up here against one of the biggest hitters the UFC heavyweight division has ever seen in Francis the Predator Ngannou, who is kind of rebounding after that really terrible fight against Derek Lewis with knockouts of Junior Dos Santos and Curtis Blades, and getting himself right back in there. And this guy comes for you and he throws heavy leather, heavy heat from the get-go. But I still think that he can be countered and hit with power shots himself. It's just all about whether he can get off quick and he can land first. Because if he can land first, usually the big concussive blows where he can take you out. But I think Rozenstruick's got maybe the counter striking capability to maybe really hurt Ngannou here. But I've also got this thought in my mind that this fight could play out a lot similar to the Derek Lewis fight, where both guys kind of just stop and kind of stare at each other. And ultimately, Ngannou, that was the performance that kind of maybe turned him back around, where he had to be more aggressive. Because he knows that if he has fights like that where he's a little bit apprehensive, doesn't throw his strikes, that he could ultimately lose a decision. And he could get outworked here. He could get picked at a little bit by someone like Rozenstruick. It's a tough fight for me to really evaluate, because obviously both guys I think can knock each other out very quickly because they've got the power to do so, and we've seen that from both guys. But it's also one of those things that if they both sit back, then I might like maybe the output of Jairzinho Rozenstruick a little bit. Like all this I'm talking about before I'm watching fights. I'm going to watch some of these fights tonight. I watched the Derek Lewis fight last night, which was just a bad one. The Ngannou fight was just not a great fight to watch. But I've kind of got this feeling, one of my subscribers left a comment thinking that this fight will be a lot like that. And I'm kind of going around that line. So if it doesn't finish early, I see it going 15 minutes. And I could actually think Jairzinho could come through here and maybe win a decision. Which initially when I saw the fight as a 5-rounder, I thought, nah, I think eventually he's going to get caught with something. But now, over 3 rounds, I'm thinking this could really be a fight where he kind of comes into it and maybe clinches a couple of rounds through his output later on. Always he has to be very cautious, because he could get clipped with a shot at any time. But yeah, it's a really interesting fight because obviously both guys can get it done early. But I think if this goes later, I think I lean with Rozenstruick. Now, this is not going to be my official prediction, but it's going to be my maybe early lean in this, and I'm probably leaning Rozenstruick over 15 minutes. I've just got that feeling that the power kind of cancels each other out. Nobody gets hit with a big shot and he comes through and maybe wins the decision. It might change after I watch some more tape on both these guys. Probably my fight predictions for the whole entire card will be out next week, Monday, Tuesday time. But I just wanted to kind of give you a couple of thoughts, or my thoughts, on how this fight could kind of go initially. Because I'm seeing a lot of people fairly confident in Ngannou, and I can see why, because obviously he's got the power to finish a fight at any time. But I think Rozenstruick could really come into this and he could hurt Ngannou as well, even though we've not really seen all too much of that. So as I'm probably sitting here talking to you right now, I'm probably leaning Rozenstruick, but like I said, I'm going to watch some fights over the next few days and see if I can get a decent kind of read on where the fight could go. But yeah, as of right now, we've got Jairzinho Rozenstruick. Who have you guys got? Let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back for more UFC 249 content in the next coming days. All the best.